Welcome back to our tour. We've now entered the new district in the north. We turned north from Fuxing Road onto North Yonghua Avenue and have just crossed the intersection at Ruixing Road. Continuing further north, in our last episode, we talked a lot about the weird things happening in real estate. This time, we'll stick to the same vibe, just chatting about whatever we see. Take a look at these massive high-rise apartments right in front of us. They're all along both sides of the road. These grey and yellow towers are called North City Scenery. It's a very down-to-earth name, literally meaning the scenery of the northern city. The building density here is just insane. They were built to rehouse the local villagers, with some units sold to the public. After all, if the density isn't high enough, there's no money to be made. As we pass through all these residential areas, it's clear that they were developed and built by different developers in different phases. Most of them follow the same plan, a ring of shops along the streets with high-rise towers both above them and further inside. I'm not entirely sure about the interior, but most of them should have underground parking. Otherwise, there'd be nowhere to put all these cars. In higher-end complexes, you'll find larger apartments or low-rise buildings. They'll have spacious flats or duplexes and better landscaping. If they didn't, the green spaces would definitely be converted into parking spots over time. Still, don't these dense high-rises feel a bit suffocating? Actually, the planning here isn't half bad. Even though the buildings are tall, they are well set apart. So it doesn't feel that oppressive. It's nothing like the section we passed earlier, which felt like a massive barrier completely blocking out the light. Plus, since the roads are quite wide, the view is actually pretty good. This kind of layout also gives you a clear sense of safety and order. Actually, it's mostly because the weather is so nice today and the air is pretty decent too. That's why I'm in such a good mood. Even though it feels a bit detached out here, it's not messy like the old town, where everything seems to be crammed together. The housing quality and the living environment in the old town are nowhere near the standards of this area. Of course, this is just how it feels while we are cycling along the road. In future episodes, I'll take you along on foot to check out more details. We'll see what it's actually like to walk these streets and get a feel for the pedestrian experience. It will also give us a closer look at the various shops along the way and all those little details. When we get a closer look at these details, you'll get a better sense of what daily life is really like for the locals, including the area's development and its economic pulse. We might even overhear snatches of conversation from people passing by, which gives us a glimpse into their authentic moods and the reality of their lives. Because after seeing these grand scenes, I feel it's essential to look at the specifics. Looking only at skyscrapers is just scratching the surface. I want to see the state of the actual streets and what's happening in the gaps between buildings. I want to see the spirit of the people passing by, especially their expressions and demeanor. I firmly believe that grand narratives are just a facade. What I care about most is the mental outlook of ordinary people, regardless of their wealth. Moreover, I strongly believe that the level of a region's civilization far outweighs its economy or anything else. No matter where I go, the level of development or the climate is always secondary. What really makes a place feel good is its human environment. So, what defines a good human environment? Personally, I believe that as long as a place has sound employment relations, which are essentially contractual and binding, then its human environment won't be half bad. We just passed a newly built primary school. These days, when I see a new school, I don't feel any sense of longing. I remember when I was a kid, seeing a school, especially a prestigious university or a top tier school, would fill me with such aspiration. But now I don't feel that way at all. I dare not say too much. I'm wondering if any of you out there can guess exactly what's going through my mind. We're heading south now. The sunshine is just incredible, so warm and brilliant. It feels amazing. This is the road I used to take all the time when I was walking my dogs. Whenever I reach these sections, I get this inexplicable sense of familiarity and warmth. This road is called Lizhuang Street. It's a bit of a smaller side street. The residential area on the right is called 景顿家园, means police shield home. From the name alone, you can tell it's connected to the public security system. It's been around for quite a while now, probably built about 15 or 20 years ago. Just by looking at the current state of these different complexes, you can basically tell them apart based on when they were built. If we get a chance later on, we'll head inside each of them for a proper look around. That way, you'll be able to see even more details of how the locals live. The broad and bright feel of this road is actually just temporary. This empty lot on the left won't stay empty for long. They'll put up a block of buildings here too, and they'll definitely be high-rises. By then, it'll be a completely different sight. This area used to be either villages or wasteland, and it looked quite shabby back then. Planning does have its perks. A cluster of self-built houses is honestly such an eyesore. The self-built houses around here have absolutely no aesthetic appeal at all. Shops are starting to appear along this stretch. Just a day before editing this video, I actually walked through here and saw the reality of these storefronts up close. Many businesses are struggling, and there are more for rent signs than in previous years. This is the current state of the economy. Let's just cycle slowly for a while and soak up some sun. You guys can also take in the street scenery quietly. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments.